Tell us about your experience this past week. Was it fun? What was easy and what was hard in your past week's experience creating comics?
For me, I'm just curious, how do you guys like figure out the proportions for your new comic characters? Because whenever I draw mine, the head is either the head's way too big or the body is like really, really small or something like that.
Actually, me also. Sometimes it's too big.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's an excellent question, and the answer actually is practice. You will always make mistakes, and that is why it's good to start with pencil. Here's a secret. I like to use a blue pencil, a very light blue pencil, color pencil. Choose the lightest you can find. Okay? And when I draw, so for instance, I like to do a rough sketch in the blue pencil. The reason why I use light blue is you can barely see it. On screen, you can't see it at all, right? Yeah, you can look, sometimes if you go to an art shop, you can look specially for a color pencil called non-photo blue. That means you can scan it after, and the blue pencil will not show up at all. And that also means you don't have to erase your pencil marks. So you can barely see, again, the very super light. So that's how I usually do all my rough sketches in blue pencil until I get the proportion right, and then I draw in. So again, you can't see, so that only when I ink will you be able to see the lines. After that, it's just practice. The more you draw, the more your muscle memory, your hands will know whether something is big enough or small enough or too big or too small. But the blue pencil is a good guide. So I highly recommend all of you actually just go and get a blue color pencil.
Yeah, you can show them
possible.
the pencil close up so that they can see.
See? This is a mechanical one, but you don't have to have a mechanical one. Just get a super light blue pencil.
Can we use HB pencils? Because those are very good.
Yeah, you can use HB. HB means you still have to erase them because they show up. Whereas these super light blue ones, you can put a scanner, or if you take a photo with a phone or almost invisible. So all you see is your dark ink lines. Okay, so that's my little tip for the day.
And then I've also we've worked with various cartoonists, and I know that when the characters get more, a lot of cartoonists do this, right? They put on a sheet of paper all the characters together first, so they roughly know the size of each character. Colin's kind of like this.
Yeah, and, it's a height comparison.
It's a height comparison sheet. So you put a sheet like this in front of you, so when you are drawing the same characters, you always know that this character is smaller than this character and so on.
Yeah, but I think what they're asking is actually consistency from panel to panel, and that's even the professional, even really experienced artists have that problem. So again, it's just practice. You do your rough sketch, your draft first in pencil until it's right, then you start inking.
Colin, can you talk about, I know sometimes artists deliberately make the heads very super big and the effect is quite different. Can you draw to show them the effect of a super big head and what happens with a super big head?
Oh yeah, that's something that has come about mainly in manga, Japanese comics, where if you're getting angry or upset, your head is suddenly bigger than everybody else's. It's just for effect, and the idea is you're so angry your head expands. Yeah, you don't have to be angry, but emotional, your head so super big.
Because if you're angry, but And also big heads are used
surprise.
to create chibi characters, right? Cute chibi characters
No,
have
the
big heads.
chibi characters
Yeah.
are usually baby proportioned. That's why, babies, their heads tend to be a little bit big in proportion to the rest of their body because their body catches up later. But that's all it is,
So when you draw super cute, like a
Yeah.
super cute animal, wouldn't the head be like a...
Yeah, you would. So, if you're going to draw, say, a cat, and you want to do it, the Japanese word is chibi. I don't actually know what it stands for. All I know is it comes from Sailor Moon.
That's why it's chibi.
Chibi means mini or small, like something small. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
First time I ever heard it was in Sailor Moon. So then, yeah, you want to draw something cute, you make the head big and the body smaller because that's how babies look. See? So there your head is big compared to the rest of the body.
Oh, so this is our daughter just drew this on the side to show you what happens when the head is very big. You actually look cuter. This is a deliberate proportion to make the character cuter.
Okay. So that was a good question. And look where it led us.
Okay, other questions, more questions.
More questions, please.
Thanks, Jaden.
I saw your work. I saw some of your work on the
Padlet.
Yeah, I mean, they're great.
Oh, okay. Dania has a question.
Cool.
Dania's question is, how do you choose the panels for the comic? How do you know which parts of the story to highlight?
Well, let me share screen with you. Let me share.
That's a great question because the size of the panel, it's what comic artists work with a lot actually.
So here you have the panel. Here you have your 4 blank panels. Remember last week we went through this, right? We talked about a setup. This happens and this happens and this happens, and then you have the punchline, which is the reverse. So if you remember the comic strip we did last week, what are you doing? I finished my new painting, it's blank. No, I painted a polar bear in a snowstorm. So you can see, it moves one to the other, and then this is a reversal. Okay? There are many, many combinations you can do with just these 4 panels. So I used to do a comic strip for the newspapers for many years. Like for instance, there's this comic which is about poetry. And so it says, roses are red, violets are blue, when poems don't rhyme, people somehow think they're more chim. And then you have it. I don't know whether to throw this in the bin or give it the top prize. But you can also do, so these are some other strips I used to do. You can also do 3 panels, even shorter. Like I have here, this one did a long time ago. It's called Heartbreak in the Hawker Center, and you have a black chai tau kueh, black carrot cake, and white carrot cake. And they're having a romantic argument, and actually everything happens in only 2 panels. So you just choose where does your story naturally go. You don't have to have specifically what you want to do. So again, here is another example. This is the setup and this is a punchline. After you do enough of them, actually, you will get into the rhythm of it and you'll know what to do. I saw some of it. You have done it pretty well, actually. Your setup and punchline is very strong.
Yeah, so Colin, there are some comics where certain frames, certain panels are like super big and then the other panels are small. So how does one decide which one is the biggest panel on the page?
Usually the one with the biggest dramatic impact is the big one.
The most drama.
Yeah, the most drama. So for example, if a superhero is smashing through the wall, you wouldn't make that the smallest one. You'll make it the biggest one on the page. It's as simple as that. Also, which is the one you like drawing the most?
Can we have
Yeah.
some comic books to show examples?
Yeah, anyway, just to share roughly, I think Dania is also in the process of creating her own comic also.
Oh, great.
Yeah, so she's actually signed up for this mentorship program that we have, and then she already has like the story panel characters all fleshed out already. So
Yeah,
yeah.
we're trying to pull out some comics.
quite keen to see what will come out of there. So yeah, so stay tuned.
Yeah, great. Very excited to. Dania, 加油. We want to, we're very excited to see your comic.
Yeah.
But I think the most important is kind of drafting the story ahead of time, so that you know. I know Colin does a lot of work after finishing drafting the story. Where each page ends is very important, so that each page is like a little cliffhanger for the next page, for a longer form.
So for example, this is also our Dimsum Warriors. It's a graphic novel. It's an early version of what we did. And if you can see, your regular panels, in this case, would look like just 3 panels, 1, 2, 3, because this is a digest form, it looks smaller, but I needed an explosion. And so this one takes up the whole page. Okay.
So the biggest panel is the big explosion. You can see the.
Yeah. And the rest, so for example, dialogue, not much going on, it can be broken up into smaller panels. But you want, again here, these are smaller panels, and then you want something more exciting, and this will, then you make it bigger. But really, this is not truly necessary. There are some comics which just, break them up. After a while, you form your own style.
This is
Mat Som by Lat, one of my favorites.
This is a Malaysian, very well-known Malaysian cartoonist called Lat.
And, this is an American, actually, to be honest, this is a British comic. So you can see there are many different ways of laying the page out. Often it's how you feel. As long as you go from basically left to right. In Japanese comics and some Taiwanese comics, you go from right to left. But generally, you want to tell the story in order of the things that happen. You want to put the events in order of the way you want them to happen. So if you like to read from left to right, then you put this happens and this happens and this happens.
Colin, do the panels matter in terms of thinking about speed? Like something happens very fast, something happens very slowly. Like how?
That's kind of advanced.
Yeah.
Often, no. It doesn't really matter. Sometimes you even have these. The panels don't even have to be square or rectangular. You can angle them to.
Right. And like for something like this, it's actually this and this and this happening at the same time. So it's like a frame within a frame.
Sort of.
Because
even then, you don't overthink it. Is what I say. Try to keep things clear so that people understand the story. And yes, Jaden, that is right. I was.
Jaden, how do you know about Concrete Jungle, Jaden?
Yeah, you're so young.
How do you know about Concrete Jungle?
And this is again another comic. It's very beautiful. You can see these are some more complex panels.
Oh, okay. I want to show you, like sometimes the panel is broken. You see this frame? Yeah. Like the punch or the collision is so strong that it breaks through to the other panel.
Yeah, you can do that too. And this, obviously these are more arty as well. You can mix words. Some of you don't, if you don't like drawing panels, you can just mix text. You can just write words and draw the pictures around them. They're also very beautiful.
Oh, this is Sandman, right?
Yeah.
One of the best, man.
That's right.
Really, really good.
It's more regular, right? This is a more regular
Can you
panel
show
layout.
yours with the pictures and,
And then
the
this
words?
is-
Your art with pictures and words.
This is more arty. So it looks like an illustrated storybook. Okay? So this is a comic I love very much also. Ethel and Ernest.
Yes, also.
Okay. Other questions? Oh, your dad's a big fan. Of course, it has to be. Thank you, thank you. Thank your dad for me. That was a long time ago.
Actually, Concrete Jungle is how we met.
That's true. Yeah, it was all about drawing funny animals. I used to like to draw animals. Oh, Jaden, sorry. Yeah, your mic. So yeah, we're going to show you something. My
so
daughter's
this is our
artwork.
daughter's work. So she does stories like this, where this is Frankenstein, right, Kaka?
That's Frankenstein, and the one above him is the creature.
Yeah. So she does some art and then the writing around it. So she actually builds the art first and then writes around it.
Yeah. So if you don't want to do cartoons, you can also do this. You can just illustrate and then write your story around it.
Yeah.
No right way or wrong way. That's the beauty of this art form.
Like that. Yeah. Would you like to present your artwork and then talk about what you made?
That'll be awesome. Oh yes. Hi, Bao Zi. Ta-da. There's nothing on the paper. This is, no, I drew a polar bear in a snowstorm.
Yeah. Who is this?
Anonymous.
Who's
Hi,
anonymous?
can I call you Anony?
Johan?
Okay.
All the simple lines actually look very cool. And having a conversation between two characters is always great.
You robbed the wrong person. I'm a beggar.
Oh.
Yeah, that was the last line.
That's
Very
a
funny. That's
twist.
good.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's good idea. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Okay, Meredith.
Good work. Why is gaming not cool? Oh, gaming is very cool. I don't game a lot. That's why I think I'm uncool. But maybe I am. But awesome. Great.
Okay, where is next one? Dania, I think, yeah.
Dania, this is
straightforward.
your line work. I actually like your line work better than I like my line work. It's very neat, and you have great handwriting, like really good.
How, Dania, how did you get the handwriting so even?
My handwriting is always like that. Like
Yeah, that's awesome. It's very good. Keep it up.
it's kind of like I use strokes.
Mm.
Do you use a ruler underneath each line? You don't, right?
Oh,
Very good. Very
Okay.
good.
thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So your lettering, it looks great.
Yeah. Even the line work on the art looks very nice. It's all
So
Very
did you
true.
finish the writing first and then you drew the word balloons?
I drew the characters first in pencil, then the letterings.
Okay.
Okay.
So looking forward to your book.
Yeah.
Okay, next one. Okay, this is Dania's character. Oscar, I don't think Oscar is here.
Oh, yes. This is
okay,
quite
okay.
funny.
I am here.
Oh,
Hi, Oscar.
Oscar, your galaxy, is it?
Yes.
Do you want to share more about your comic and what's it about?
So I got inspired from a show I liked when I was young.
Uh-huh.
So you speak as though you're very old.
Oscar, can you read your comic to us?
Yeah.
Okay. Me want money. Here you go. No, you said you want money. The money cake, I mean. I'll give you. I can change reality. Snap. Raining money. Me not hungry.
I would love to have
Oh.
money rain down on me. Is the snap a reference to Avengers Endgame?
Yes.
Yes. Oh, I thought things were supposed to disappear, but you know.
But this is the twist. This is the twist.
Oh, it is the reality stone. Oh,
Very cool,
Yeah.
Oscar.
very deep.
Nice.
Thank you.
Very good. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's look at Jaden's.
Rinse, yummy tree.
Jaden's, what's this?
Oh, the mushroom
yeah.
Superman, the burger, the
Pretty cute, yeah.
very cute.
I
They
see
look
a
very
Thanos
cute.
bubble tea up there.
Yeah, it's very cute.
What the letters? Did you write?
I think it's a printed thing on there.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, then Oscar. Pretty cool.
Yes. Ooh, look at that.
Oscar, what is that first character on the top left?
I got inspired by an anime called One Piece, Dr. Luffy.
Ah, okay.
I like One Piece.
So who is this character?
It's kind of, I added Luffy and some kind of other character and combined them.
Okay. So that's a great way to kind of get your imagination going, is to combine different things. I remember our daughter used to combine
She used to like to draw a girl Luffy.
Girl Luffy, yeah. So you can think of the world in a different way. Like, she wasn't happy that Lord of the Rings had all men. So then she drew Lord of the Rings character all as women. Then what they would look like as women. So like whatever you desire of the world, you can actually change it in your art.
Yeah. That's the fun, right? You draw whatever you want on paper.
Mhm. Okay, I think that's pretty much.
Okay. Any other questions? Do you want to see? Maybe I can share a little bit more.
Yeah,
Can I
Colin,
share?
share some examples of comics. Introduce you to some comics.
Yeah, I just want to show you that you can also. You don't have to have a panel by panel thing. You can just draw.
Single.
Yeah, silly little jokes, and you can cluster them.
X-Men.
Yes, there. And my favorite is always Singapore should have a supper man and a hawker man. Okay. And then
Nice.
these are other
X-Men
books.
is husband styles, right?
Who knows? They might just like
Okay.
it. And this is how I draw actually on the computer. How I generally draw. I start in pencil. So this is regular pencil or blue pencil. And then I ink over. And then I go into the computer to add color, just because I'm lazy. So you can add all the color and the text in the computer. But I always start with doing it on paper first.
But you usually do it coloring in a computer so that you have the original black and white copy in case you make a mistake.
Yes, it's because it's easier to undo mistakes in the computer. I don't draw as well, but in color, I mean, if there's a smudge, that means you have to redraw the whole thing, right? Whereas you don't have to do that in the computer. If you make a mistake, you can just undo and redo. So yeah, that's how. Thought you might be interested to see that. And I think Holion and Kenneth asked for some suggestions for comics to read. These are some that I highly recommend. I actually was adding even more, but for now, I highly recommend if you can find Lat the Kampong Boy. That's one of it's easy. The drawings are easy. It's very charming. For the slightly older amongst you, Persepolis is very good. Again, very simple drawings, but telling a huge story.
Huge story. It's got politics and drugs and all kinds of things. So if
it's about a girl growing up in very difficult circumstances. Yeah. So then you have, if you like more adventure, fantasy stuff, look for Amulet. I think that's a very well done series. And if you like funny adventure, the Tintin series is also great. And Asterix is also great for fun, and the art is, fantastic as well. There are also Chinese comics in any language. The Japanese obviously do very, very wonderful comics.
During my time, I was reading Qian Tong Park book.
In comic form.
Yeah. I have like the books at home also. That was like so long ago.
Yeah.
And Feng Yin also back in school.
Yeah, and
Those Chinese Hong Kong comics.
yep, the Chinese and the Hong Kong comics.
老夫子.
Yeah, classic.
I have a copy here. You can see the Long Woman.
Yes, Long Woman.
Yeah.
Then there's another one called 竹山传, is it? I can't remember.
Oh, I haven't read 竹山传.
Yeah, that was quite good also.
Not so easy to find nowadays, actually.
Yeah.
You know, for Japanese ones, I like Dragon Ball, for example. I used to read that a lot. So yeah, these are just some of the comics. There are many different examples. Please go to your bookstore or the library. The library, it's fantastic now that the library carries comics. So go ahead and borrow and see the different styles.
You have to download the Dimsum Warriors app. Can I see? Can you type 1 if you have downloaded the Dimsum Warriors app, and type 2 if you haven't? Type 1 for yes, I have the Dimsum Warriors app. Type 2 for no. In the comments, let me see. 1 for yes, 2 for no.
1.
Wow.
Oh, yay!
Yay.
Okay.
Thank you, Samsung.
So if you haven't, go quickly go and download. It's free to download.
Yay.
Let's go to App
Thank
Store.
you.
Okay, so we have 11 books in there, right? And it's we're adding more every more and
month,
more
yeah.
every month.
So yeah, we'll always have a new story to read
Yeah.
every month.
Did you manage to open up all the stories to see like all 11 stories? Yes, for 1. If not, then you should. Oh, you haven't. Okay, so if you haven't, just go to dimsumwarriors.com. You can register a free account, username, password free, and then you can just open up. You can open up all the stories using a username and password. Okay.
That's right. We don't ask for
Yeah.
credit card details or any
No
other,
credit card details.
none of that stuff.
Yeah.
No ads.
Yeah.
No privacy issues. So
yeah. So yeah, questions, more questions for developing your work. So we started with like developing characters, and then from characters we developed comics, and then from comics we made a show with our characters.
Let me share that as well.
Yeah, and then from the show we made apps. So we kind of going through different forms.
I'll show you some of the pictures from our big show. This was a musical we did out in China. Dimsum Warriors.
Oh, that's cool.
It was a pretty big production.
Can you all recognize these characters? The left, can you recognize the one on the left? The yellow one.
Still my head.
Siu Mai.
Looks like Still my, right?
Yeah, Siu Mai, yeah. And then this is the villain. The villain is this one in the middle. The instant noodles. Yeah. And then you can see this one is this is 包子.
Yeah, this 包子, this is 虾饺, so 叉烧包, 虾饺.
So from this,
糯米雞,
yeah, the middle one is lo mai gai. Oh, so this is this is this one.
Yeah.
Can you see?
It was a lot of fun.
So characters are a lot of fun because they can become anything, right?
Yeah. This is what they look like in illustrated form.
Oh.
Yeah. So that was the basis for the costumes and stuff.
So I noticed that the style of the character has changed.
Yeah.
So is there any reason behind like why you changed the
children's
style?
books, children, because
age group.
Yeah,
different
age group.
I see, yes.
Yeah.
So if you look at like Spider-Man, right? Spider-Man it's very dark. The movies are very dark. But if you look at the young children's comics, they're cuter.
They tend to be simpler and cuter.
Yeah.
So these were the original graphic novels. Let me stop sharing. Yeah, you can see these were the original characters in the graphic novels. Also available at
You go to the front part with about okay. You see you see the
see the characters.
where's where's the page with Baozi?
Which one?
Oh, that okay. You see, Baozi is quite different. So he looks cuter in this. So this is for younger children. So this series is younger kids, so they are all cuter with less detail, and that one has a lot more detail.
Because this was meant for older kids.
When
When we first started out, it was meant for older kids. It was more of an adventure series and stuff. And whereas the younger ones the younger series, the Little Dimsum Warriors, are meant for little kids, more focused on humor.
Yeah. For those who have read the Dimsum Warriors books or any of the stories, do you have any questions about the books or the stories?
This is one of my personal favorite covers I've drawn.
Cup noodle billion.
Any questions from anyone?
So this graphic novel series is just a lot darker. Everything is just a lot darker.
Still kid friendly, but obviously there's more fighting. It's also still funny. There's still an emphasis on humor, but more complicated.
You can also talk about projects that you want to make, things that you want to make.
If you have questions about things you want to draw, stories you want to tell, fire away.
Yeah, or you all have any questions on like what software you all can use to actually color or ink or draw anything that's free that you guys want to try? Especially Dania, if you're doing your own comics, you might want to ask some questions regarding any software and how you can lay out your comic panels, how you can ink any software or anything that's free that you can download and use at home and you can try your own pace.
Is Procreate free?
That's only on the tablet.
Yeah, so I know a lot of people use this Procreate.
On the desktop or laptop, I like to use Clip Studio. It's not free, but it's not terribly expensive. Yeah, Clip Studio Paint. Yeah, that's right. It's not horribly expensive. It does almost everything that Photoshop can do, but at much cheaper. And it's actually built specially for comics and for cartoons.
Oh, do you want to show them Lightbox?
You could do, yes.
Box. I think that's quite fun. So something that a lot of cartoonists use is
we also use this again, not very expensive. It's a light box. If you like to copy things, you can just put your paper on, you turn on the light.
I animate them.
Oh no, it's not plugged in, that's right.
I can't even begin.
So you turn it on and then it's easy to copy stuff. Let me show you.
I can copy this.
So then you put a sheet of paper on top, and if you put another sheet of paper on top, it's the fastest way to copy.
Non-digitally.
Yeah, that without using a computer. But it's basically some light under a clear sheet.
So what our daughter does with the animation is she does this to copy like a
she does animation on this hand-drawn
animation so that each the next movement is just slightly different, the same figure but the next movement is a little bit different.
So this is I think you can go to Art Friend or something. They should have a light box. If not, you can buy it off Lazada. That's what I did.
There's a question about Ibis Paint X. Is that effective? Yeah, it's great.
Ibis Paint X. Daughter used to use it. It's a little bit limited. It's good enough for simple stuff, but if you're going to tell a lot of long stories, if that's your intention, is to tell stories and build page by page, you're going to find yourself a bit frustrated because it's okay for drawing single things, but if you're hoping to build pages and do a lot more layers, it's it's not going to give you as much as you need.
But what's fun about Ibis Paint is you can actually make animations of the whole drawing process, right?
So can Clip Studio.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's quite fun to do.
Clip Studio is, even professionals do it, so use it. Yeah.
Or just use pen and paper.
Oh, that's true.
Pen and paper is the best tech.
I'm kind of torn. Pen and paper, it's easy and it's portable and stuff, but pen and paper, the moment you make a mistake, mistakes are easier to cure in
digital.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is anyone interested in pens? The kinds of pens that are used?
Yeah, what pens do you guys use? Let me show you what I use. So again, I told you, right? I use a blue pencil for penciling. Then I use, these are the pens I use for inking, for finer lines.
They're called micron pens?
Yeah.
And then they come in like 0.8, 0.5,
0.3,
like
0.4. They can go to extremely thin. But I like the 0.8 or 0.5 really. And then I use the zebra pens for thicker lines. I quite like these actually. And they're cheap. Aside from that, you don't really need much. I use these touch markers for coloring if I need to.
They're called touch markers.
Yeah. My daughter actually uses more fancy pens than I do. Yeah, she uses Copic pens.
Yeah, and some of the micron pens have a brush tip that's quite nice.
Mm-hmm.
The brush tip pens.
Tricky. Other questions? Yeah.
Oh, Dania says Procreate is not free, so it's paid. So you have to pay for Procreate.
That's why. I recommend Clip Studio. It's easy, and they even have a community function. It comes with tutorials to teach you how to do all kinds of fancy effects.
Do you have to pay for Clip Studio?
Yes,
you have to pay,
yes,
right?
Yeah. I think there's a stripped down version which is quite cheap. Any other questions? What are you guys working on?
Yeah, other than that, it's really story writing.
Yeah.
I mean, the key thing is story writing.
Yeah. And I'm trying not to, I try not to say what kind of story you should do. You should really just let your imagination run wild.
Yeah.
And you will find your own way. Just have in your mind what you want to say. What kind of story do you want to tell? Don't let anybody tell you, oh, don't do this. Why don't you do some other thing? Just do what you want.
Do you feel that you can? I know that one of the struggles my daughter had when she started writing was finishing. Like it was very hard to finish a story. It just went on and on. Oh, she says she still has trouble with that. Does anyone have? Does anyone have trouble with that, finishing a story?
You're going to find that everybody does, okay? Even the professionals. So don't beat yourself up about it. You can always come back. Do your story. If it gets boring, don't have to force yourself. Just leave it, go do something else, and come back to it. More fun that way. Especially because you're all young. It's not, you don't have a publisher breathing down your neck and saying you got to finish this by this. Then it becomes not fun anymore. What I want most is for all of you to have fun creating and drawing. Yeah, so do whatever it is at your own pace, at your own time.
There's another question from Tanya asking, how do you use the brush pen?
Pretty much as you do. Do I have a brush pen?
I think this is a brush pen.
No, it's a Copic.
This is a Copic? Kaka, is this a brush pen?
I don't know. You have to untap it first.
No, it's this one.
Yeah.
This is a brush pen, right? So, Dania,
okay.
can you see the lines?
This is a very fine brush pen, yeah? This is a very expensive pen that my daughter has hijacked from me. Yeah. You know, so it's pretty much the same as any regular pen. You find it just bends like a brush. It's kind of nice because you know the brushes obviously have a bit more texture.
You can write calligraphy too.
But you have to learn a bit of control.
Hold it with your finger on the top of it.
Like that.
Yeah.
The Chinese calligraphy
Yeah.
stuff. No, I'm not used to that.
So with the brush, it's just that the line is more uneven. So you can tell when it's the line is kind of more uneven throughout.
It's very nice.
Yeah.
It gives it a slight light-hearted feel, frankly.
Yeah.
If you like
more liquid feel.
If you like it to tail off, it's really nice. Is that a McDonald's come us by?
See? So that's a pen.
Brush pen.
Brush pen. But to be quite honest, the zebra pen I get brush-like effects as well. Slightly thicker and a bit more control.
Yeah, he really likes a zebra pen.
Yeah. Okay. Also, they don't smell.
Yes, they do.
Not a lot.
But not as much as the other pens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so try to draw with the windows open because they're all.
The zebra pen says, it's
non-toxic.
Non-toxic, contains no toxic substances.
Yeah.
You can see that it has a bit of a brush-like effect as well, but with more control.
It's time to wrap up the session, and what I can do now is probably to share with everyone some of the things that you can do moving forward, and then we'll see if all these things can inspire you. Okay, so give me a minute. Let me share the screen. Okay, so the thing that I hope you guys can do is to really take the time, to really complete your comic. And then we want you to actually upload your completed comic onto ViviBoom. I'm sure you guys are familiar with ViviBoom because you actually logged in to actually register for, upload your projects and submit badges and submit projects and get rewards. So this is just simply the steps to upload your stuff onto ViviBoom. Okay, so when you log in, you can actually click on login. This is how the ViviBoom page looks like. You can click on projects and you can submit a project. Okay. And then you can type a bit about your story, what were you inspired by, what's the story about and everything. Then you can submit a badge. So we have actually created a very special badge for you guys. So it's called the Yonkoma Artist Badge. So we hope that this will be a good reward for you guys to actually, upload a comic. Hopefully, it's well thought out. You guys can take the time to actually go and color it, ink it, make it look very professional looking, and then you can actually get this badge. So you can be one of the first few to actually get it, okay, if you want to. Okay, so yeah, just take your time, no rush to submit. There's no deadline, it's not a homework. Just take your time to complete, okay? And then submit it and wait for the badge to be awarded to you. Okay, so the next question about how we can move forward, right? I think there's a lot of ways these comics, the comic can actually go. So it's really up to you how you want to move forward. So some of the suggestions would be, you can actually flesh out a story in general. Like you can think about the setting of your comic, what the universe is in, can think about what problems the characters are facing and stuff like that. So these are actually some links which you can actually, if you have a phone, you can actually take a photo of it. You can actually go to all these links and read up about how, comic writers actually script their stories and write scripts. So that's one thing. And another thing is about, how you can actually lay out your comics, the visual flow of a page, how you can actually, structure when should the panels be big, when should it be small, when should it be full page and everything. And this will be a very good resources for you to actually read up and understand. The next thing is also quite fun, which is character design, which is something that we did last week. We can flesh out more of your characters, think about their personalities, how they dress, are they heroes, are they villains, and how do they, affect the story and everything. So there's really a lot of possibilities in terms of designs that you can go with characters. So it's actually quite a very fun topic, which is something that I'm also quite interested in. And the next thing is probably be, how you can beautify your comics. You can actually do it digitally. So like Colin has mentioned, Clip Studio Paint is one. There's Procreate. There's also IBIS Paint, and there's also something called Autodesk Sketchbook, which is also free. And you can actually download it. It works for PC, Mac. It works on the tablet. It works on the iPad. So it's very versatile. And you can actually try it out. Okay. And the last one will probably be the most ambitious one. You can actually make your comic into a stop motion film. You can actually like physically create your characters and make them into little props, little toys, and then do a very short animated film out of it. You can add subtitles. You can make it into a short film. So there's really a lot of things you can actually do with from here on. There really is no limit to what you can do. So these are some suggestions for you guys to actually move forward with your idea. Yeah.
Is there a next session?
You know what? If you guys like drawing, okay, there might not be any,
So we
not
have
here at VIVITA, but what we're doing actually tomorrow night,
7:30 on the
7:30.
Dimsum Warriors Facebook page. We have a draw along. We're just drawing along with kids for
yeah,
fun.
we do silly drawings where kids suggest things for us to draw.
Yeah.
We draw it and then everybody draws along. Okay,
Yeah.
it's a very silly and it's
The next
completely
one
free.
is on Dimsum Warriors Facebook page tomorrow at 7:30.
So join us if you want.
I'll send all the dates for June. We have quite a few sessions in June, so
for the school
maybe I'll
holidays.
send you, Kenneth, all the dates.
Yes. Can.
Yeah,
Yeah.
completely
That'd be
free.
great.
Yeah.
All we ask is that you download our app.
They have already. They already have.
Yeah.
What I was doing throughout.
Then tell your friends to download our app.
Tell your friends. Tell your friends.
Again, it's free. So
So our daughter was just drawing this when we were talking. Just making something like this. Yeah.
Oh, nice. So fast. Just in this 1 hour, she did this.
Yeah. She was just
Yeah.
making this. Yeah. And so she doesn't even draw like hard lines. She just uses hand-drawn lines.
which is a style too. Yeah? It's okay. You don't need to have like super straight lines.
If there's no more like burning ideas from all of you, I think maybe we can end today's session. And so first of all, let's really give a big round of applause to and to thank Colin and Yan for last week and like today over these 2 days, really share with us a lot about what they have done and show us how they draw and play with us, have fun with our things. Really, thank you very much. Yes.
You're most welcome. Most
Our
welcome.
pleasure.
You know what? If you have other questions that occur to you after the session, come and look for us on Facebook.
Yeah.
Just post a question. We are always open. Okay.
Mm.
And
Yes,
if you want to draw again, come draw with us tomorrow night. It's free and it's usually very funny.
Yes, and yeah, so I mean, you all know how to reach them already. Like, just go to the Dimsum
Just go
Warriors
to
Facebook
Facebook.
and message them. They'll be there to answer your various questions about drawing. Then you also, I guess, know how to reach us. Like, so you can also drop us an email. Like, talk to Kenneth. And we recently also implemented a chat feature in on ViviBoom that you can also like send messages to us. So if you have time, you go and explore and can send us different ideas that you have and about what you want to do, what you want to do together with us. Okay.
Oh, can I do a
Yes.
quick survey so
Sure,
that I
yes.
get some feedback? So, survey question is: were these 2 sessions useful to you? So, if it's yes, press 1. Was it useful? If it's yes, press 1. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow,
Thank you.
Benjamin, thank you.
Okay.
I don't know how many trillion or quadrillion. Yes.
Trillion.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Got it.
Great. Yeah, this was a lot of fun. I wish
Would you recommend that other kids attend a session like this? Other people press 1 if yes.
I wish there was a Vivi Stop around when I was young.
Oh yeah, maybe. So thank you for it.
Cool. You guys keep drawing, yeah? Just keep at it. That's all I say.
Benjamin, I really want to see your drawing. So yes, like next time we meet in the stop, show us, okay?
And Eli also has something. that he
Yeah,
has
just
to
keep
finish.
going at it. You know, your style will develop
Yeah.
as you grow older. As you will have fun. Yep.
And Dania has a book that she's going to
Yeah,
show
it's
us.
awesome. I
Next time.
can't wait to see it. You know, that's really, really great. It's a huge, huge thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just keep drawing, you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks a
Okay.
lot.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you everybody for joining us these 2
Wow,
days.
this was great. We'll always have time for this.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Okay, bye bye everyone.
Take care.
Bye.
Stay safe, everyone.
Bye.
Wear your mask. Wear your mask.
Bye.
Bye.
All right.